We're live.
Very cool.
Whew.
Built a character design day. I don't know if anybody can even see what I'm doing, so. But I'm just kind of laying it out right now. And the odd thing is that I've been trying to get to a point where I can do a more cartoony approach.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to overdraw, over render, and spend so much time focusing on the smaller details.
Do you know an author named Riley Odell?
Riley what?
Odell.
Yeah, I do not recognize the name.
Okay. Well, he's not a major name. He's
Yeah,
not
I don't recognize the name though, so that would be a no.
But he's the editor of that the publication, the Neurodivergent one.
Okay.
He has been fantastic to work with. Like, the book hasn't come out yet, and I've been paid, and I was like, holy crap, I got paid.
Well, some people pay on acceptance and some people pay on publication.
Well, my experience is a lot more than pay on publication, not acceptance, so I was just happy.
Okay. I've had both. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's always cool that you don't have to wait to get paid, right?
Oh, yeah. Because now I can officially say I sold that. I'm thrilled.
Yeah, it's done. It's sold. Gone, right?
Yep. Oh. That was the one I was writing that bio for last night.
Yep. Did you finalize that bio? Did you decide what you wanted to do?
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, do you want me to change something or add something or whatever? Like, I can rework this as many times as you need me to, but... Oh.
I'm taking it he was good with it.
Yep, he was good. What's funny is I got paid, and then, I don't know, 6 hours later, he's like, oh, yeah, that's good. Because they were two different... He'd sent me an email saying if PayPal was good, and I was like, yeah, send it here. And I was like, I said I'll get on the bio thing. So that's what I was doing last night. I sent that all off to him last night because I wanted to make sure it was timely. Oh, man, running up and down the stairs, amazingly enough, does not make me feel wonderful. Oh.
had to take a second because got a message from Jesse, and that's because I just sent him a copy of photograph of the gargoyle. So I was talking about it on Anthony Wheeler's stream, and somebody else said something about doing that gargoyle, and I was like, oh, I did one. And so I took a picture with the scan app that I have, and I don't want to hook my phone up to everything, so I don't.
Okay.
So I usually send. Well, I think I've sent to you too, but usually I'll send the picture to somebody in a message, like a Facebook message, and then I'll retrieve the picture from the message and save it on my laptop or whatever. This time I just happened to do that with his.
Okay.
So I'm trying to do two different approaches. My favorite comic book artist will always be John Buscema. His work got me into comic books with Conan, really. And John Byrne and Gene Colan with the X-Men. But there's always, like, there's a special part of me that loves his Conan work. So, but I just love the way that he creates backgrounds, textures, settings, you know, feeling like somebody is really in a scene. And he did it with such ease. Of course, he's not the only, but he's like, I would love to kind of do a tribute to him with this work. That brush I was going crazy looking for that whole time, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it.
No.
Amanda pulled some stuff apart looking for it. Like, I look for it, Eli looked for it. Everybody looked for it, right? Tonight, this is on watercolor paper, and I'm like, I want to use my gouaches. So I got onto my watercolor kit. I have this little kit so I can carry it around. It's got a little watercolor sketch pad. It's got actually two of them. There's two different sets of watercolors and a set of gouaches. But in here, I keep brushes and pencils in a cup so that I can put water in that cup. Guess where I found in there?
Your brush?
The freaking brush that I was looking for so bad. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's no cheap brush. So I wonder if my compatriot is watching. I don't see anybody that's actually viewing, but
Yeah, I don't see anybody either.
yeah, but that doesn't mean anything anymore.
Well, we didn't have school today, so we had e-learning. So one of my kids asked if I was going to be on the stream tonight. I was like, yeah. So who knows?
Well, there is another person, another follower on Twitch that we acquired. I don't know when. It's really weird that Twitch doesn't really inform me on here. I get it in an email, but I don't know. I've got to figure some stuff out and find out how I'm not getting the alerts or what I need to do to get the alerts, or if I can even get alerts while we're on StreamYard.
I watched some of Ethan Van Sciver's Comic Escape Kings or whatever.
Was it the Kings or is the one that I linked you to?
Both. The one about where he went through Eric July's comic.
So you saw the review?
Yeah, I saw that. Well, I watched about half of it.
Oh yeah, and that started a shitstorm.
Yeah,
but he got $2,000 in super chats to do the second one. So.
Wow.
He got $1,000 in super chats to do that one. You know what I mean? He was saying that he didn't really want to because he knew that Eric wasn't going to take it constructively.
Right.
Yeah, well.
And then I watched whatever was going on last night. When you messaged me about who was going to be on there. And yeah, that was kind of neat. Watching them try to raise money for some guy's Kickstarter.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that Aaron Lopresti with Kit Carter?
I don't know.
The space chick with the chimp?
I don't know. They had like $98,000 and they needed $100,000.
Yeah, that was Aaron Lopresti. So he's the one that did Wraith of God. Kit Carter is his kind of sci-fi horror-ish space opera.
Huh?
He's got a chimp that's an alcoholic that he's got like that bubble space helmet on. We've all been trying to figure out how that chimp is going to drink with his bubble helmet on.
There's a straw. It's like one
How
of
is
those.
he going to get the straw in his mouth with a bubble helmet on?
I don't know. Talented tongue. Ephraim!
Hey, Ephraim. Before you ask, it's an original character.
His name is Biclops.
Or an attempt at an original character. Also an attempt at trying to simplify the shapes to get.
We got some viewers. Welcome, viewers. Efrain wants to know if you've seen the comic Jurassic League.
Jurassic League?
It says. I have not.
No, I haven't. Who does it? Who puts out the comic?
It is DC superheroes as dinosaurs.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, once I saw them do that with Spider-Man, it kind of, no thank you.
Efrain would like to know if you like Sean Murphy comics.
John Gordon Murphy. I like his art. We are not on the same page with a lot of stuff, but I do like his art. And that's actually one of the things that I'm trying to do when I said I'm trying to simplify stuff and get a little bit more of a cartoon shorthand. He definitely has a cartoon shorthand. I've seen him draw and he's really, really fast. But I don't know if he's fast like that for everything or if he was fast like that just for what I saw.
When you say shorthand, what do you mean by that?
So I'm not drawing all the muscles detailed.
Okay.
I'm drawing the shapes. To the shoulder, there's three muscle groups. To the biceps, there's 2. To the triceps, obviously, there's 3. I'm not drawing them all in. I'm drawing enough to represent them so you get the idea. So it's a shorthand.
Okay.
I'm not trying to draw portrait quality. Like, you'll know where the nose, eyes, face are, but sometimes you won't see very much detail on them. You know, if you follow comics, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
And that's what we're talking about. We're developing a shorthand. Some of it can be extremely shorthand, like say Garfield. And Garfield's extremely shorthand. You don't see John's elbow unless he bends it. You know what I mean? But you know that his arm is there. This muscle isn't really straight up and down like that and bulging to the left. That's an actual cartoonist trick. But this muscle, if I got into the detail of this muscle, this is right in here. See what I mean? Right. So, but I'm not detailing that at all because I don't want you to see it all. And when somebody is clothed, somebody is wearing like a thick leather suit or whatever, you're definitely not going to see all the little details.
He friend says there are books called How to Think When You Draw. Lots of tutorials. It's recommendable.
Recommendation? Oh, recommendable. Yeah. It's recommendable. Yeah, I get it. So, I have read a lot of Will Eisner stuff, and I really, really dig his approach on stuff. But it's all about telling stories. And the shorthand is the same thing. You want to do shorthand enough where you understand what's in the picture, what's being depicted, and it's enough believable that you can imagine yourself in the setting or whatever. Some artists go way, way detailed. Some of them go very, very loose. I'm trying to loosen up a little bit because I usually jump into the more detailed end of things.
That was one of the things that I was confused about that Tin Man Skyver was talking about with the ISOM book. He was talking about some of them were traced from
SketchUp.
Yeah.
SketchUp is an application that does a 3D model. So like, I'm drawing him kind of walking forward slowly.
Yeah.
That's why this leg is a little bit back and a little bit smaller, and this leg is a little bit bigger in the foreground. SketchUp will generally give you a character. You can turn that at any angle because it's a 3D simulation.
Okay.
And so a lot of guys are using that app to do cars and stuff and background stuff so that it's a lot easier than trying to draw a car from all kinds of different angles. If you can get a 3D app to do a specific car and tilt it at any angle you want to, you've got a reference. But these guys aren't just using them for references. What he's saying is that they're basically printing out a 3D model and then tracing over it. Like they set the 3D model, they can set the lighting. So like, if I wanted to set this guy here and tilt his head up, or him this way, it would do this. So you could see the foreshortening because it would do that. And then you could set the lighting however you want, but instead of them using it as an example to look at and draw, they're just full out tracing it. And then actually, if you look in ISOM, they're just tracing it and tracing the shadows, and they're not doing much else at all. Once in a while, you see a little bit of rendering, and by rendering, what I'm talking about is feathering lines or cross-hatching. Feathering lines are the lines that don't cross. Cross-hatching are the gridded lines, whether they're diagonal like this or square.
So, okay, that's fine.
All right, popular vote time. Well, probably it's just you and me. I don't even know if the Frank's here anymore. So they're going to be numbered, but they're going to be numbered in Roman numerals. So that's why I've got an X here.
So he's number 10.
Yeah, he's number 10. So, but I'm thinking, like number 9, you wouldn't want to have or 19, you wouldn't want to have XIX across the chest, right?
And that's the problem with Roman numerals.
No, the problem is not the Roman numerals. The problem is whether or not I should do it big on his chest or kind of small on his arm, or just maybe leave it and have it in the back, you know. I don't know. And my partner in this endeavor is not here, so I'm almost thinking it would be cooler to do it on his arm, because I don't want to do like a Daredevil thing or Superman, or, you know, I don't want to have a symbol in the middle of his chest because he's not supposed to be necessarily a superhero. However, he could be a mutant. That is a possibility.
So, how many of these guys are you going to have? Or is it just...
well, you know? I guess it depends on how many they... Yeah, like, right now, I'm focusing on one character, but it's going to be a team.
Right, but how large is the team?
I don't know yet. We're talking, we're in discussions about it. And
the only reason why I'm asking is because I'm trying to figure out what the largest number is going to look like.
Well, the largest number...
If we go up to 10, it's 8.
It's going to be anywhere from 1 to 10 right now.
So 8's
so, I mean, that the largest number would be VIII.
Yeah.
So
have you ever heard...
I think that would be all right on the shoulder.
Have you ever heard 18 Wheels on a Big Rig by Haywood Banks?
I do not believe so.
Have you ever heard of Bob and Tom?
Ever heard of what?
Bob and Tom.
No, because I'm not even really sure what you're saying.
Okay, well, out of Indianapolis, there are these TJ. Well, Bob's no longer with them, but it's still called the Bob and Tom Show, and it's been coast to coast. And they get a lot of comedians on there. And years ago, like I'm not even sure. I was out of the middle school.
Now I'm going to ask you if you've seen Red Green.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I've seen Red Green.
Okay. I never saw that until I came up here.
Oh, well, I have.
Well, but, no, I'm not saying anything about it. I just was wondering because it just shows the different circles we're
right.
We find our entertainment in or whatever.
Well, it's Bob and Tom's a little bit more. I mean, again, they're from Indianapolis, so you're going to get more of it down here. But when I lived in Vegas, I could listen to them. But anyway, one of the comedians they've had on there, Haywood Banks, who has done a ton of songs, and one of them is 18 Wheels on a Big Rig, which is basically just counting to 18 over and over again until they get to the Roman numeral part, which always makes me laugh, because they count all of the Roman numerals through 18. So it just makes me laugh. But anyway, that was my aside for the Roman numeral talk. It kind of demonstrates the problem with using Roman numerals. You start having to say XI, XII, XIII, XIV, XV, XVI, XVI.
Well, the Romans didn't say XII. They said 12.
What I'm saying, but it's just funny. It's just
no, I get it. I'm just saying, like, for instance, he's not X, he's 10.
Right. X should have been a girl.
Just straightening it. Just straightening that out. So.
Anyway. Yeah. So. Yeah, figuring out a place where you can put them all, or put the numbers.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out a place that would be more like maybe a cop or a marshal or a ranger, or a sheriff. You know, it's identifying it, but It doesn't fill your chest to do it. So I'm just, what can I do? Believably. I'm almost even hesitant to put the detail of his abs and stuff in. But the reason that I'm doing it is because one of the reasons that I like to draw heroes and comic style stuff is that I like to draw bodies and builds. One of these days I'll just go straight through. And draw something just dead out. I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be one of these days. This is a lot looser though than I normally do.
Well, I just pulled up Judge Dredd helmet just to kind of see, just refresh my memory. And they've got a badge right on the forehead.
Yeah, I know. But this isn't Judge Dredd.
I get that.
And I don't want to confuse it. I want to have enough familiarity. Like this helmet's kind of a cross between Judge Dredd and Boba Fett. And kind of Cobra Commander. But like I don't want to go too far in, too close to another IP. I don't mind people seeing that it was influenced by something, but I think that needs to be the limit. Because it's not a copy, it's not the same thing. It's a similar idea, but not the same.
So, I believe, I could be wrong, but Genosha and X-Men was, I think I have the original introduction of that. And
that would be the Extinction Agenda?
I don't remember.
I think it's the Extinction Agenda.
I mean, I just had the comics. They just came. I mean, not that I bought them. I don't know.
It should have said Extinction Agenda in the top corner of the mutant comics that were in that story.
Well, it could be. I don't remember,
Be-
but
because the extinction agenda was where the mutants couldn't use their powers. And that was the whole point with the Genosha thing.
so there's one, and I've seen this picture, and I have the comic where it's got two soldiers, and Wolverine and Rogue are trussed upside down.
Okay.
And Rogue's hair is not falling.
Oh,
I just now noticed it.
okay.
Just made me laugh.
Are you looking
kinda
at
looking-
it right now or something?
I'm looking at the picture. I looked up Genosha Soldiers X-Men because I
Okay.
just kind of wanted to see what they did because I don't know, just looking.
That's an old comic book. Old,
I know
old
because
series. Old series of comic books.
yeah, it is.
Graphic novel now, I think.
Probably.
The first Deadpool was in the movie version of that. When Ryan Reynolds had all the black lines on him and no mouth and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing with that. That was crazy.
Well, supposedly they took his mouth away because they wanted him to shut the fuck up, but that's not the way the character is.
I know.
I guess today I'm not doing a good job of speaking in a way that doesn't sound like I'm telling people things that they don't know. That's not what I'm trying to do. I wasn't trying to say you didn't know. Just discussing it.
This song kind of reminds me of one of the songs from the Hitman games.
Okay. I
Well,
wouldn't
in the
know those,
originals, wouldn't have been the first one. Might have been the second or third. I don't remember. Where there's some bar, strip club type bar thing he has to go into, and before he can get to like some biker bar, before he can get to the real target. That's all.
What was your favorite comic book? Pick five. Tell me your five favorite comic books.
Like by issue or by character?
No, comic book. Not story arcs, not, you
For
know,
the series.
the comic title.
Yeah. I would have to say Uncanny X-Men used to be fantastic. I mean, that was great. Loved them. Uh, top five. Uncanny X-Men. Amazing Spider-Man was pretty good for a long time, but I don't think I'd recognize it anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily talking about anymore. I'm talking
I
about.
don't know. G.I. Joe was entertaining. Like I really, yeah. I read all those. Those were neat. New Mutants was good, but that's basically X-Men. I don't know. Think however you want it.
Nope, that's valid. New Mutants is a different type.
Right.
New Mutants is the kids.
Right.
X-Men
Mutants,
was
they
the
went into
grown-up.
X-Force or X. It was X-Force, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because X-Factor.
Yeah,
was new. Yeah.
New Mutants turned into X-Force, and then
Right.
so those were the kids. The adults were X-Men, and then the retired X-Men was X-Factor.
Right. Let's see. Uncanny X-Men, Spider-Man, G.I. Joe. I always liked the Hulk too.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay.
Was never a big fan of the Avengers. There are other ones that I read, but definitely, those ones I definitely read and enjoyed.
So your 2X books, the Hulk,
Yep.
G.I. Joe,
Spider-Man.
oh, it's an amazing Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, it's got to be amazing because Spectacular Spider-Man not as good. Like it was like the artwork was never as good.
I don't know. Sometimes it had Salvi Summer in it, and it was not consistently as good.
Okay.
I'll give you that, but there were pretty good issues.
I remember.
So you
Like,
didn't go Batman,
I
or
never
any of
really,
those guys, right?
I liked Batman and all, but it wasn't
No, I asked
something.
you what your favorites were. It's fair.
Right. It just wasn't. I never like I was way more into Marvel stuff than DC. DC
Yeah, I was
stuff,
too.
I don't know. And it's weird, but I always felt like DC was less mature than the X-Men one, like for Marvel.
It's funny because like Chuck Dixon was saying that DC was more fun than
Okay.
Marvel. He was saying that they were more meant to be kind of a little bit silly, a little bit unbelievable from the get-go. And he was saying that he thought Marvel's basic plan was to make everybody old Jewish guys. And if you think about it, with the exception of Daredevil, who's definitely a Catholic, Raph's Catholic, but Catholic, it pretty much fits.
Hey, Paul
For the
Maitland.
most part.
Paul's here. Paul Maitland.
Hey Paul. Glad you could show up. This is not for Spawn.
Not for Spawn.
Yeah. He was not doing the Spawn challenge. I don't think he can fathom why a bunch of artists would want to with the idea of them not getting paid.
Paul said you can spawn for all you want, or all you want.
Yeah.
I have spawned enough, thank you.
Yeah, I'm done for the decade, or done for a while. Done unless the doubtful happens, like unless McFarlane calls me up and says, "Hey, you want to do Gunslinger Spawn?" Which I really don't because I hate his hat. But
he could lose his hat. He could redesign his hat.
And now I can tell you, Paul, because you weren't getting it from what I was spelling. We pronounced it wash over here. Not gouache, or it's just wash. Like guar, wash. And I only pronounce it that way because that's what I was taught. James Gurney. Paul's the one that does a lot of Drew Struzan like work. And hopefully I don't sound derivative about that because I'm a big fan of Drew Struzan. I'm actually a big fan of a lot of different styles of art.
That's one thing I have always been, I don't know, I don't get. My older boy doesn't care about art at all. Like,
Some people do.
I suggested that we go to Chicago and go to the Art Institute. You know, take a day, have some fun.
You don't have like a big museum in Indiana?
What, the Artist? No, that's in Chicago. The Art Institute in
Well,
Chicago.
I know there's one in Chicago, but you don't have one in Indiana?
There's one in Fort Wayne, there's one in Indianapolis, but it's nowhere
Yeah,
near as
I
big
thought
as
there
the
might be one
Chicago.
in Indianapolis.
I'm just saying the one in Chicago's, you know, huge
Right.
and awesome.
But it's a lot further of a trip for boys.
The trip to Chicago. Oh, good.
I understand, Paul. It'll be gouache for me, but now you know how we say it. It's not. It's just wash. It's like wash with a good.
What is he
And-
trying to say it is?
He's English or British or I don't know. What do you call yourself from the UK? Is it still British or? But like I've noticed that artists that are from the UK or Britain generally call it gouache. It sounds like, you know, after sex. British English. Yeah, I didn't want because I don't really know. Like I understand if you're from Scotland, it's still the UK. You call yourself a UKer, or you know,
Hey, call
like
yourself Scottish.
well, you would think so, but they don't call it Scotland. It's the UK. It's the United Kingdom. So you know, he says he's British or English, and that's fine. So now I know. I figured
And it's
if you don't
pronounced
know the
cookies,
answer to a question, ask.
not biscuits.
What's that?
I said it's pronounced cookies, not biscuits.
Well, those are two different things in our countries.
Yes. Vastly different.
Because I can't imagine, if you called chocolate chip cookies biscuits, my thinking is biscuits and gravy, and I don't want chocolate chips and gravy.
That would be terrible. Like, chocolate chips and gravy. Over my dead red-coated corpse.
Now the lobster back talk comes out. Another group that's mad because we won the war. We got the Southerners and
Nobody's happy.
Nobody's happy we won, anyway.
Yeah, every time they start talking about World War III, I'm thinking, I don't know if we can do a three-peat.
She lives in Georgia now, so that's Georgia, right? That's what you're saying?
The state?
Yeah, the state.
Okay. Well, I mean,
the United States state, not like Georgia, Russia, or something like that.
Oh, this typed "yep" first, and I was like, what the hell kind of weird saying is that?
Whereabouts are you in Georgia? I used to live in Florida. A couple of times I've lived in Florida. Been through Georgia. I don't know if I'd ever want to live there.
Too hot.
Well, that's not really different than Florida, though.
And also too hot.
To what?
Just northwest of Atlanta. Or as I like to call it, hot.
Oh, okay. I have a schoolmate, actually, that lives down there. I haven't seen her in years, but I don't think she lives northwest. I think she lives a little bit to the west. So. Like, everybody judges by Atlanta or Savannah, right? Macon. Macon. I wanted desperately to go to Dragon Con one year. Almost made it. Almost. Got a feeling almost is going to be as close as I ever got.
Paul says he has an art table there usually at Dragon Con.
Yep, I think so. I think he was talking about it last time I was watching his stream.
I have never been to any kind of con.
I haven't either. And I keep missing them. I come close a couple of times, but never really get there. And
I got
the ones near me never have anything I want to see. Actually, I think the one near you, Ethan and John Nalen and all of them guys are going to be going to CE2, C2E2, something like that.
Indiana Comic Con. Let's see. I have family that goes to this, which is why I don't understand why I've never gone to this. But they've never invited me, so...
Well, that's why.
Hey, Penny, if you're live or watching, you can always invite me. But anyway. Let's see. Panelists.
Which one are you looking up?
Indiana Comic Con. Just to see what's there. If doesn't tell me yet. So, that doesn't help. Tom Welling is going to be there. Oh, gosh. I didn't know that was his name. John Rhys Davies. I mean, I'd recognize him.
John Rhys Davies.
Yeah. Rhys Davies? Okay. I know who he is. I just didn't know that.
Or is it Rhys Davies?
I don't know. Will Wheaton's
Paul can
answer.
There. Paul can answer to what you're saying. I think maybe
Edward James Olmos is going to be there. Timothy Amunson's going to be there. Maggie Lawson, Felicia Day, Anthony Daniels, Richard Karn, Debbie Dunning, Lindsay Wagner, Lee Majors, John Snyder.
Yeah, except for these days, that sound effect is his Walker. $6 million don't stretch as far as it used to.
I know. That's just like, that's your deductible now. Greg Baldwin, he's a voice actor. Vanessa Marshall, also a voice actor. Spencer Grammer, voice actress. And Xander Mobus, also a voice actor. So, yeah, and I mean, I have, like, I'm not a big fanboy of any actor. I mean, I'm really not. So, maybe that's why I don't do it mine. But, I mean, you know, people are cool, but I just...
Yeah, like, I've met some famous people, and I don't generally, I'm not like a super fanboy. I think the closest I would have been was maybe Neil Peart.
Yeah, he would not have appreciated that.
Yeah, right?
Ah.
Well, he would have, because I'm reserved, and I wouldn't have been like flopping all over the place.
Oh, that's good. Paul said he has family in South Bend and Mishawaka. Hey, that's where my aunt lives.
Oh, I've been to South Bend and Mishawaka quite a few times.
One of her...
I can tell you a few bad stories.
Well, there's a game store there.
And this was years and years ago, though. So.
Yeah, Griffin Bookstore. Pretty sure that's the right one. Yep. My aunt works there. That's one of her jobs. So, lots of fun gaming stuff. A friend of mine was like, that's one of the best game stores in the state. Yeah, okay. But,
Never had nothing but trouble in South Bend except for cruising the strip, which is probably not the strip anymore, because that was 20 years ago, and I don't think anybody cruises the strip anymore.
Probably not. I think the closest I've ever come to Starstruck was Penn Jillette. Because I saw him once at a Starbucks when I lived in Vegas. He was in a Starbucks working. The table was balanced on his knees because he's too tall. I didn't say anything to him. I just like, oh, that's definitely who that is. Because he at least had, I'm pretty sure he still has, a residence out there. And then I was at a party, a rather large party, like he was talked about in Maxim magazine. And I'm in the beer line, and I hear, stupid. And I turn around, and then I look up, and, I'm 6'2", I'm not exactly short, but my God, that guy is tall. And then, so that was like the closest I think I've ever come to a celebrity. And then I was just kind of struck by, oh shit, I'm in this big guy's way. But I saw the Penn and Teller show at the Rio in Vegas, and yeah, I would say Teller is about as big as me. That Gillette's just huge.
Wow. I wouldn't think Teller is a very big guy.
No, because he looks tiny, but that's only because he's right next to Penn Jillette.
Yeah, well, Penn Jillette always did look huge. I've never looked at him and thought, oh, he's not tall.
Right, but I just didn't realize how tall.
Right?
You know, because a lot of people, you know, I mean, again, I'm not like any kind of basketball material, but 6'2" ain't bad.
I don't know. He's basketball material. Look at Spider Webb. He wasn't tall at all.
Oh, yeah, Spud Webb. Yeah, he was shorter than me, and he could dunk, and I can't. So.
Yeah, I think he was shorter than me, and I'm short. And yeah, that was the point. Like, you're 6'2", you could probably dunk. Probably be a fairly short hop for you, right?
No, I can't dunk at all. My vertical is very, very, very short. And I think the last time I tried to do anything like that, there was something on my ceiling in my classroom, so I jumped up and grabbed it. Instantaneously made me dizzy. I was like, oh, that's not good on the blood pressure. No. Had to decide to knock that kind of stuff off. Oh. I am so thrilled. They called a 2-hour delay. Like, I think around 4 o'clock this afternoon. They called 2-hour delay for tomorrow. And nothing makes me happier. I can sleep in. Fantastic. Having e-learning day sucked. I would still rather have a delay than having an e-learning day. I actually think I miss my students. Because when they get online, they just all turn off their cameras, they all go silent, and you're just talking to yourself.
Not seeing any expressions on their faces.
Yeah, nothing. And some of them had some funny avatar pictures, and you know, I was just making fun of them, and they don't say anything.
Because they're secretly not there.
Probably.
Just recording it for later.
Oh. When we have these e-learning days, it is a waste of time to try to present new information. Because you don't know you're going to have people without internet, and they're going to be like, oh, I never got that, and you have to teach it anyway. Pornhub. Pornhub opened in the other browser. Yeah, part of me, if I was a student, I'd be tempted just to have that drum thing. Just have that and just hit the button every once in a while. Just to make the teacher wonder.
It's scary how true that probably is.
Well, I hope they're not on their school device if they do that. I came downstairs, and because, you know, both my boys are home, and one of them was downstairs, and he's got his iPad up, he's got his laptop open, he's got his phone on. was like, dear Lord, how many screens do you have? What do you need all these screens for? Kind of looked at me like I was crazy. You know, of course, I have a 50-inch monitor, and you know, I have my laptop. And if I wanted to, I could have another laptop and a Kindle, or a. No, it's not a Kindle. It's a. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Oh well. I mean,
Must not be that important.
I actually have that drumstick on my Did you ever watch the TV show Scrubs?
Oh yeah, I watched it all.
So there's
one of the few shows that my wife and I both liked together.
Oh yeah, I love that show. It was great. There was the once there was one
yeah
scene,
until they tried to bring it back.
Dr. Cox is singing wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. And I will play that in class all the time. It is my favorite thing. Some kid will say something. I don't even care if he's right. Wrong, wrong.
With that stupid name guns and don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, I need to set up like a soundboard with my favorite little. There's that. There's the whole. You lose. Good day, sir. I want that. I'm sure I can find plenty of things to make a soundboard with. Because I'm all about, you know, positive reinforcement. I'm positive you're wrong. During my lunch. Oh. Paul said he's going to be lurking.
Well, we're glad to have you with. I don't know how long we're going to be here. We talked about this being a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. I told my wife that. I got a good chuckle. Because I was telling her how you wanted it to be short. And she's like, yeah? I was like, yeah, he wants to be done by 10. That's not short.
2 hours is short for a 4-hour stream.
Yeah, I know.
And
It just made me chuckle.
starting at quarter after 8, that's not even 2 hours, right?
I just laughed.
So, I don't know I don't know where we're gonna be, and I actually wanted to be painting, but I guess the most important thing to do was kind of get this out of my head.
Kind of get a proof of concept.
Yeah, I don't know. I consider that proof of concept. I think that's, I don't know. I guess proof of concept to me means something else.
Okay.
I might be totally off. I fully admit it might be me. But proof of concept to me is in something that's going to have to be mechanical, like it's something that's going to work or not work. I guess it could be chemical or whatever, but like this is just a drawing. Like I don't know. It's a concept, but I don't know if it's proof of concept.
But you're trying to get. I mean, because you want to show that to whoever your partner is, right?
I was hoping he'd be watching. Yeah.
Okay. So to me, that's proof of concept because I'm assuming your partner would have some say in this, and you're getting an idea. Sure. You kind of say, "This is kind of what I'm looking at," or "This is kind of what I'm thinking."
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Is that this is what my mind is thinking, something like this.
And that way he can kind of get an idea, so it's not abstract. So,
and being that that would be his job mostly is doing the art, then he's gonna decide whether or not it works for him and how it would work for him, or what adjustments he'd need to make it work for him.
Right.
So I just wanted to kind of have something. And then I was going to play around with those acrylic gouaches and play around with some values. Because I don't know the extent of what I can do with those acrylic gouaches yet. And that's kind of what they were given to me for, to test and see what I could do with them.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, let's do it. I've just never been able to just jump right in and go crazy. Like, don't know what it is about me, but I'm really a control freak when it comes to this stuff. Which is ironic for all the times I say if you're not happy with it, you can just paint over it, right? But I still ain't going to be happy with it until I get what I want out of it. But this I got no commitment to because, nobody can tell me I'm doing this character right or wrong because if my partner don't like it, then it's mine anyway, so I won't use it for that, but
oh yeah. something. You know, I don't understand why. Like my employer does not turn off W-2s at all. They will put them in a file. Like if we can go online, we can download them, but we can't. They don't print them, and it always takes them like until the very possible last moment for them to upload our W-2s. I'm just like, why? If you're not printing anything, like all that stuff should be relatively like automated. Like, why is that not? And technically, I'm pretty certain if I really wanted to, I could probably look on my last pay stub, which they also don't print, and I could probably get all the information.
That's weird because I know in certain states it's illegal not to give you a pay stub.
Well, again, I can print one off, so I have access to them.
But printing one off and being given one are not the same thing.
Yeah,
it's available, and that's not the question. But
so it's one of those things where, yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of annoyed that it takes, like, you know, I have one employer. I could do my taxes now if you just gave me my W-2. I'd be done. So then I gotta wait. And wait. And wait.
well, I think that's the idea.
Yeah, but why? It's not like it's their money that I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get my money back.
Well, I'm sure their finances have something to do with it. Because they have to do their taxes as well, but it is still crap.
I don't think schools pay that. Or, I don't know.
Huh?
And you're right. There's a whole bunch of stuff I don't know. So maybe I shouldn't talk about it. But
I don't know either. I'm just saying. I guess
well,
my brain
I'm
is
willing to
coming
concede I could be just talking out my backside, but certainly would like to have my W-2. Like, I already have my HSA tax forms ready. That's from a much bigger company.
Yeah, well, you know the deal about taxes anyway, right?
Taxation is theft. What?
They're fucking you anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'd like a little lube this time. That's all I'm saying.
You like it, you lose. Wow.
Oh.
I wasn't actually taking the top off, I was taking the spray part off.
Oh yeah. Taking the top off.
One thing I don't know about these washes
Wash.
is how long they stay pliable. Because with watercolor you can reactivate it. And with normal gouache it's watercolor, so you can reactivate it, but this is acrylic gouache, so I don't know if it's drying to become acrylic, you know what I mean?
Suppose we're about to find out.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't dry that quick. That's
It's
not
no
useful.
crust in your palate.
That's not useful at all. What's that?
I said now it's a crust in your palate. It's already dry.
Mm.
That would suck.
It dried really quick when I was doing when I was covering up the line. It's kind of what I'm doing right now, too. I don't know what happened to this chair, but the hydraulic's not right. I wasn't wanting to not. I would have thought it flowed back. Another thing I'm a little bit worried about.
What?
the ceramic brush.
Oh.
Because, the acrylic component, you can see what it set through it. Turn to vinyl. Use brush whistle.
Did I tell you my theory about the Star Wars movies, like the new ones that they've announced? Okay, well, stop me if you've heard this. But I was watching Nerdrotic today a little bit during my lunch, and they were talking about how they don't really have a script for that movie that the Pakistani director is supposed to be directing, and the one who wants to make men uncomfortable and all that stuff. And
your theory is that this is all just hype so that they can sell the real product.
Yeah. Just more and more, I keep seeing things about how they don't really have a script, they don't really have a movie. Disney's really, they have a pattern of saying this movie is coming and then it dies, and we've hired these directors and then they never do anything. So I think they decided to use that to their advantage this time and get everyone so pissed that they're just relieved that it's not that.
I don't know if that's a business model, but
well, I don't know. I mean, I just
disclose as possible.
It's one of the things. Back when I was at Ball State, and parking was terrible. It was hard to find. It was just hard to find parking spots. And like every university, they are. Their parking seems to be a secondary concern to them. Ball State seemed to be particularly bad about it, and there was a general consensus that they don't really care about improving parking because if you know what they're going to complain about, then you don't have to worry about any surprises, and you can just go, oh yeah, we're working on it, and nothing ever really happens. But you don't really have to worry about anything big or major. You just, and if it ever gets really bad, you can go, oh yeah, we're building a parking garage, or whatever. So if you can focus people's ire, you can keep them from really focusing on what they should focus on, I guess. Kind of misdirection. Kind of that divide and conquer thing a little bit.
Johnny Summer would have been a lot more smooth with this. I'm going to turn it around and it's going to work backwards just because I tried to do it the right way. give you too much water. Right, I'm convinced it's a brush now.
Okay.
Well, because Target, the tip should be right one way or the other. Be able to make those feathering marks one way or another. And when I turned it both ways, it did it the opposite way that I was trying each time. Part of that might be that I don't do a lot of brush shading like that, but part of it's probably the brush because you can buy a brush and it's not as good as another brush, same brand, same company, same everything. I just got the feeling that that's where this one's going.
So did you get any writing done last night, other than the stuff you had, the meat?
Oh, no. No. You?
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yeah, I had just about 1,700 words by the time I went to bed last night.
Yeah, I only wrote that for the news because everybody else said they had something.
Well, I had like 500 words or so, I think.
Well, Jake said he had something. You said you had something. I'm like, I guess I'll try to get some words in real quick, you know. And
you said me something, and I said not yet.
What's that?
You said, do I have anything? And I said not yet.
Nope, the first time you said you did, And then when it came time, I was like, "Are you going to submit?" And you were like, "Not yet." And then that was after Jake said, "Not yet." When Jake said that he had some in the first place. That's the only reason that I wrote anything to try to get it in last night, was because everybody else said that they had something. So I'm like, okay, I guess I kind of have to. I actually just wanted to take the night and kick back. Had some kind of cold or something going on for a while now.
Too.
And I thought, hell with it. I'll watch some TV tonight if nobody has anything, and then just crash early. And then everybody said they had something, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm not crashing early. And then it came time, and everybody was like, "Nah, I'm not going to submit this week." And I'm like, "Really? All right, in that case, don't read mine." And everyone was like, "I'm already reading yours." I'm like, "Really?" Like,
That was fast.
well, I only have so many words, but still, like, I was only participating because everybody else was participating, and then everybody else quit. So, yeah, kind of, it's like, yeah, that's fucked up. I guess it's not like a superly gross bad thing, whatever, but it just, I was like, felt like I had to do that to be, part of it or whatever, and I didn't feel like I would be holding up my end if I didn't, if nobody else did. So I'm like, son of a bitch. I mean, now I got something, but I mean that I wanted to take a little bit more time and mull some stuff over. I guess it didn't turn out too bad, but not exactly what I was thinking.
Well, I guess that would have been Sunday, not last night.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was talking about. I think last night I started a little bit on this. And that's been, see if I can get a Eastern watering code all over everything. Okay, that's looking a little bit more like the watercolors I was accustomed to.
Okay.
Really weird because I'm not sure whether I should be trying to paint this like acrylic or trying to paint this like gouache. Gouache is basically watercolor, so you can really thin it out. So I didn't know because it looks like it's covering the lines, and then when it dries, it's not.
Well, Facebook must have heard me say Hulk.
What?
Facebook must have heard me say Hulk.
Must have heard you say what?
Hulk!
Oh. Alright.
Because it's all over my feed now. Not that I care, Rich, because I can sleep in the morning, but you know it's 10:20, right?
I had a feeling it was getting there. But, yeah, right now, I just want to, I don't know, get at least the values set. So I'll probably be ending the stream not that long because I do have to go to sleep. I have to get up really early. I'm glad you can sleep in. Somebody asked you.
I'm not going to sleep in that much. Maybe an hour. My wife normally gets me up when she leaves. If we have a 2-hour delay, just to make sure that I'm up so I can go to work. I think the only time I've only been late to work once in 20 years, and that was because I got into a bit of a car wreck, and I had to walk the rest of the way to school. But even then, it was my prep period, so it didn't matter.
What's a bit of a car wreck mean?
Well, it was
a car
icy,
wreck?
and I was going up a hill, and this guy pulled out in front of me, and I was going fast enough. It was a 2-lane road, like a divided highway type thing. And so I went to go around them and lost control, ended up basically doing donuts in front of this guy. And at one point I remember I'm, freaking out because I'm staring at his car, at the front of his car. And then eventually I spun out on the side of the road, which is nice. Stopped. Nobody was hurt. Nobody got hit. But it killed my car. Like it set off the emergency shut off, and I didn't know how to turn it back on at the time. So I had to, this is before I had a cell phone. So I had to, hoof it up the rest of the way, up the rest of the hill, and, cold, snowy day.
What really sucks about this is all the guac I'm going to waste.
Oh, yeah.
The positive about that is it was a gift, so I didn't spend money on it. Well, and I guess you're going to see the benefits of guac in this situation because, well, a pro guac in this situation because I'm going to have to pick it back up. Oh, no. I'm not very good at stopping.
Well, there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, I had an idea. Number two, actually, that's probably number two. Number one is my wife decided she wanted to go to bed. So, I haven't been talking as much.
Oh no, I said I'm not very good at stopping.
Oh, I thought you said talking. I was getting guilty.
Oh no, not this time. Like, I can never tell if you're not talking or if you're, into writing something or whatever. But no, I was saying I'm not very good at stopping. I should have stopped a little while ago, but now I'm finally getting the rush to act like I wanted to act. Of course.
Of course.
I'm still going to have to pick this up later, so I'm still just looking for a decent stopping point. guess that's about as decent of a starting point as I'm gonna get. It doesn't look like total shit right now.
Looking good.
Well, it's looking like it's supposed to be a comic book character, but
You know?
I guess it's starting to come together a little bit. I'm still learning these gouaches, so it's totally new to me, the acrylic gouache. Gouache itself isn't, watercolor's not, acrylic's not, but acrylic gouache is. I don't know. Kind of strange, but it's kind of cool at the same time. I'm gonna regret throwing all my head away, but I got to craft out because I got a really early back to the continent. So once again, thanks everybody for watching that watch. Thanks everybody that liked, followed, or subscribed. Let me know your thoughts. Always, even if you don't speak while we're live, I read the comments in the comments section. So, thanks. Good night. God bless. Much love.
Yes.